Hello, my name is Christopher Topol and I will be breaking down the climbing mechanic for our reference game Limbo. Within Limbo, there are actually 5 different versions of the climbing mechanic. You have the ledge climb, automatic ledge climb, rope climb, vine climb, and ladder climb. So let's start out with the most common type of climbing method, the ledge climb. Pertaining to actual customization of this method, there are numerous ways to implement this, but the most common is ray casting. Imagine a line being cast off of different parts of the player's body. One from the head outwards, 2 from either side of the head shooting downwards, and a couple more coming off of different parts of the body. Once these rays come into contact with an object, they will scan the environment. As you can see, the player has a constant animation of bobbing his head up and down. This is used to scan the area to let the player be aware of any surface with a 45 to 90 degree angle that can be climbed upon. As soon as the rest of the body enters the object's trigger area, the player can press the necessary input key, such as jump, to begin the animation process for climbing. As you can see, the player is dangling on this ledge and will continue to dangle until the player uses the up user input or jump user input. Combining the directional keypad in addition with the jump user input, the player will jump off in the direction that the user is pressing towards. The only exception to this is up. The player can only jump outwards and downwards. A player can also be cancelled from a jump if the avatar is damaged or killed during the climbing process. Lastly, a player can climb downwards from a ledge if the raycast shooting down from either side of the player's head notices an open space, while another raycast notices the ground layer. The player simply has to press the down user input to put the avatar into a downwards climbing animation, and then will stay in an idle climb animation. If, however, the player moves forward a little more and all of the raycasts shooting downwards only come into contact with the ground, then nothing will happen if the player presses the down user input. This is because the ground is the only noticed object coming into contact with the available raycasts, and no open spaces are evident. An automatic ledge climb can consist of a player going up to a ledge that is below his top raycast and pressing the jump user input. The player will automatically skip the idle climb animation and continue a full climb animation without any added user input. The other automatic ledge climb is if a player comes up to a surface that is above their waist but has less than 45 degree angle to it. The avatar will simply put its hand down and automatically climb up without any needed input other than walking towards it. During the rope climb, the player will jump onto its trigger area and will attach to it. The player can ascend with the up user input and descend with the down user input. During all ascending and descending climbing animations, the speed is cut down to 75% max speed, or 1.74 units per second. The player's max speed during running is 2.32 units per second. This is of course assuming that the player's body is measured at 1 unit exactly. If the rope is freeform and not attached to anything at the base of it, the player can press left or right to be put into a swing animation pose, and this will give the player added momentum to reach areas previously unobtainable. The same method of climbing is used for vine climbing method. However, the player will only go into the swing animation pose, but will be unable to swing as the vines are attached to the top and the bottom. Finally, the ladder climbing method is the most simple type of mechanic, as the player can simply walk up to it if it is connected to the ground and begin climbing without having the need to jump by pressing the up user input to begin ascending and the down user input to descend. Additionally, the player can cancel a jump by combining the directional keypad with jump towards whatever the user has pointed the avatar to. This concludes the breakdown of the climbing feature within Limbo. This was recorded on the PS4, which averages out at around 30 frames per second. Thank you for watching.